Wagwan peeps, we are back. This is going to be an interesting one. One, don't have an appetite, so not eating lunch. I've got these snacks here, but these snacks, I've been here since Saturday night. Yeah, what do I need them? Thought best to have some food and shot in it. But anyway, today's lunch with Lou without the lunch, still with Lou, is going to be me talking about my boxing. So, if you don't follow me on Instagram already, go follow me on Instagram at looks.like.lewis. As I put a story up yesterday asking people to DM me questions about my boxing, whatever they wanted to know, etc. And yeah, sorry the energy's low, not having a good day. It is what it is. Let's move. Alright, let's get straight into the questions, shall we? First of all, actually, thank you for everyone who's been watching my videos. Whether you like me or not, I've been consistently getting over 100 views a video, which is fucking sick. Buzzing about it. Thanks to everyone that's liked my videos. Thanks for everyone that's subscribed. You're all a bunch of legends. And yeah, keep it up. Thank you very much. Okay, where do we start? Let me have a little look on my Insta. Alright, first suggestion was your boxing. Thank you, Lucy. What this video is going to be about, what I'm going to be talking about. And then we got one from Brad saying, what is your favourite food dish? Which I'll get to. I'll have a little think as we go, and I'll get there. Harry saying prank calls, presuming he means he wants me to do videos of doing prank calls. And if that's the case, DM me people's numbers you want me to prank call, and I'll think of some funny prank calls. And yeah, we'll get the ball rolling. Do some prank calls. Someone else is asking about the fit bitch from the car park. You come back next video, you might find out. And then I've got do a mukbang from my nephew, which, if I'm honest, I thought was X-rated. I didn't know what that meant. It's not what I thought. It means eating with your friends, I think, and just having a big old feast with your friends, talking. It would take a lot of editing, I'm not gonna lie. I can't use that yet. I will learn. It will take me a while, but just like it took me a while to get talking to it, or talking to you, it will happen. Just anything you want to do, say you'll do it, let time catch up, and watch yourself, you'll be doing it. Alright, let's start. So, a lot of people, I put up a story asking people to ask questions about my boxing, and the first questions was, again, from Lucy, the girl that recommended I talk about my boxing today. She says, how long have I been training? As you can see over here at Learn with Lewis, we're very professional. Got it all printed out professionally, like good font and that, good size, all in right order, so I know. It's just notes, so I don't sit here and go blank. But yeah, how long have I been training? It is coming up to 3 years since I've done an ultra white collar boxing, which is basically where you do 8 weeks training and then you do a fight for charity. Cancer research was the charity. So yeah, she's asking me how long have I been training. If that counts, the first time I walked into a boxing gym for that was nearly 3.5 years ago now. But yeah, done 8 weeks training. I had my fight, I won my fight there. The guy that runs the club in Crawley said to me, have I trained in boxing before? And I was like, no. Like, this was just after I'd won my fight. I said no, and he said, well, you should train, you should come train. And I thought about it, and I wanted to, but at the time I didn't have any transport, so I didn't. And I had a while off, probably a year, until I joined at Focus Fit, which is coming up to 3 years ago now. 3 years ago in December, I think, or November, I have no idea. About 3 years ago I joined. So yeah, all in all, I've had about 3 years being around boxing in general. How long did I train before my first fight? Well, as I just said, my first fight was an ultra white collar boxing fight. And when you say fight, I'm presuming you're talking to boxing. because we could do a whole nother video of me talking about all my street fights and bar brawls and getting in trouble before I found boxing and became a good child ish. How long did I train for? Yeah, so basically I had 8 weeks training. I think we trained like 3 times a week in the boxing gym before that, like before the fight. But obviously I'm a gym bunny and I've been going gym for a long time. And so 8 weeks is your answer there. If you're talking about since when a full contact fight without the headgear, etc., I had about 3 months training since I joined Focus Fit. There was about 3 months, and then I was in the ring against George. Can you go? Yeah, another one of Lucy's questions was, can you go straight into a fight when you start boxing? Depends on your ability and whether you're keen to fight or not. To be fair, some people join boxing, they just do it for the fitness, or they do it to test themselves a little bit, this and that. But some people aren't fighters and don't ever get in a ring to fight. So it's basically up to you and whether your coach thinks you're ready to fight and wants you to fight for your club, for their club, etc. Gentlemen. Yeah, I've written down, Brad said, what's my favourite dish? Off the top of my head, I'm going to go with either a roast dinner from good memories when I was younger, and just obviously the peng taste, or a Chinese takeaway is definitely up there. Harry, send me the numbers, or if anyone wants me to prank call any of the people they know, send me their numbers and I'll get on to doing a video about that. What inspired me to start boxing and what age did I start? From Simone. Kind of answered, well, I didn't answer my age, but I answered it was about 3 years ago now, so I'm 27 now. I was around 24 years old when I started boxing. What inspired me to start boxing was, like I said about the street fights and everything like that, I'd had loads of fights outside, yeah, I have had loads of fights. I've done pretty well, and I loved the adrenaline rush. I loved probably the attention I got from having black eyes. I'm obviously an attention seeker. It's just in me. I remember thinking back at fights and the hype around talking about fights when you're that age and this, that and the other. And I realised I was good. I realised I was sick. Yeah, I can handle myself is what I found out in the end. So I thought, basically, I was like, in my head, I was like, I'm the best fighter in the world. Like, every time I get in a fight, it's to do sick. Even though I'm drunk, even though I'm this, even though I'm that. We do sick, and I remember the fights, and I remember being aware of what was happening in the fight and reading what was going on and doing what came to me first and surprising myself with what I was doing. So yeah, I thought I could be sick, but I was scared, I'm not gonna lie. I was scared of walking into a boxing gym. I was scared to go test myself in a boxing gym against people that know how to fight or are trained how to fight, if you know what I mean, like trained how to box, how to defend themselves properly, and obviously the fitness in it, like, yeah, basically I was scared, so I didn't join, but I wanted to. And then it got to a point where, like I said before, when I read The Secret about the law of attraction of Conor McGregor, and it clicked, a lot of stuff clicked in my head with how my life's gone, what's been happening in my life. I decided, read the book, what do I want to do? What am I scared of doing? Because a lot of people say that you don't know what you want to do with your life. Think to yourself, what are you scared of? What petrifies you? What makes you get butterflies thinking about it, gets your heart going thinking about it, and go and do that. Find it in you to find the courage and just try it. Start, do it, be brave. So yeah, read the book, and then I started. Obviously thought, oh, I'm alright at this, and like I do, I run away with it with my dreams and in my mind, and I wanted to be the best fighter in the world, and I still believe I can be, with a lot of hard work and good opportunities and luck, the universe on my side basically. Ways to save the planet. Like I said before, with the yin and yang, everything's 50-50. For as many good people, there is bad people. for as many people wanting to save the world as people that don't care about the world. Like, it's nice that people care more now, but don't waste your life caring too much, because yeah, it'll always be balanced. It may you might concentrate on the bad things going on, so you might think the world's worse off or melting or whatever, but realistically, we don't control what's going on. We don't, like, whatever's happening in the world's going to happen. Like, you can't control it. Try and enjoy your life without thinking about them sort of things. Nay, my other sister, thanks for the questions, guys. Love the support. Nay has said, does it hurt? And depends what you mean with that. If you're on about in fights, no, not really. I always describe it as when I get punched in the face, it's just a bang. It's just a bang in my head. I don't feel pain. I just acknowledge I've just been hit, type thing. Body shots, that's a different question. They can take the wind out of you, and you can feel them a bit more. But yeah, not really. Training hurts. Mentally it hurts. But no, physically it doesn't hurt. You've got too much adrenaline, it just doesn't. What was it like being punched in the face for the first time? I presume again you mean in boxing. I sparred after, I don't know, a couple of weeks learning how to throw a jab cross or an uppercut, blah blah blah. I sparred, and the first guy I sparred, we were just doing body shots. It was some really big guy, like, it didn't matter what weight you were, we were just sparring whoever. We were sparring, and then probably halfway through the round I'd run off and chunded up my tuna pasta that I had before training. And it was obviously just the adrenaline and everything like that just got the better of me. Couldn't hack it. Chunded in the toilets. Didn't want to go back out there. Didn't fancy it. Made myself do it, as I do. Went back out there, and then the next session, which I don't know why I said that because it weren't being punched in the face, but the next session I sparred another kiddie, Tom French, if he's watching this, Wagwan. He punched me in the nose. Like, we were sparring, he got me a good one in the nose, and that, I don't know, it lit me up a little bit. Made me not scared, because I worry about hurting people. Like, I don't want to hurt. Like, sounds weird, but yeah. Yeah, when he hit me, got me a good one, I thought, fuck it, he's just hit me, that's fair game now, I'm allowed to hit him, or like, I don't feel bad about hitting him, so yeah, we went at it, had a good little spar, it was my first spar. Well, I say good, it was probably terrible, but you know how it is. So yeah, that's the answer to your questions now. We have, what motivates you to get through your day? Which is not really boxing related, but kind of is if I add it to boxing when I'm boxing all the time. Winning. Winning at life. Winning at everything. Winning every mental battle I have. Winning against the little devils in your mind. Winning, basically. I've got a life I can picture in my head that I am going to live, and I believe giving into those little devils in your head is how to keep yourself away from that life, to take yourself on a different path, which is not what you want. And the reason I want that sort of life is because the life we've had already. I think it's been unbelievable, but at the same time it's been very hard and traumatic and sad in many people's eyes. So yeah, my sisters, my family motivate me to, I want to be the person that gives my family the life I've seen in my head and I know they'd love. So yes, that's where I'm going, that's what I'm doing, yes. How long do I take to heal from a fight, and what do I do to heal? Depends on the fight, I suppose. I've never really been injured bad. Like, I'd normally go straight back into training. Like, after my first full contact fight, I was back in training the next day. But different with different fights. When I fought in Crawley 2 years ago today, because Sean sent me the thing on Facebook. Don't know what I look like, so I can't see the screen, but I've got it facing me with a bit of tissue so I can see it's still on. We're learning. Sean, yeah, sent me that video. So yeah, that was 3 years. That fight, 2 years ago today, that fight was a good one. He got me some good uppercuts. My nose was, I'd already had a nose injury from sparring, and he got me with some good uppercuts. Like, and that was obviously the first fight I had after that nose injury. So I felt them uppercuts, and afterwards I had a bit of a Rudolph nose and stuff like that. So obviously that took a little bit to heal, but you don't really think about it. Like, yeah, don't think about it. So I heal very quickly because I don't dwell on the injuries, if you know what I mean, or don't think about them too much. I don't put too much energy into worrying about them. It probably took me longer to heal from the fucking hangover from that night. There's some funny pictures of me paralytic after that fight from tequilas. Luke remembered the tequilas. And yeah, brutal. It's a good night though. Amazing night. That's what I live for. Go out, have a savage fight, win, and then party with my loved ones and get twatted and enjoy life. Make up for the time I've not been out on the Raz all the time, blah blah blah, while in fight camp. Look at Jordan's message for questions. Oh, I've got another one from Ben here. Ben said, what YouTuber would I like to fight? Which is a great question. I wanted some more juicy questions of people I want to fight, etc. Or just other stuff like that. But yeah, next, the YouTuber I would like to fight. Oh, obviously I'd love to fight any of the big names like KSI, Logan, Jake Paul, any of the big boys, because yeah, the moolah, the money in it. To fight one of them, it's good. There's not a YouTuber out there that I don't think I could beat in a fight. Like, obviously a couple of exceptions with the professional boxers that's now gone on to YouTube while they're doing their boxing. There's a couple of them I don't think I could have right now. Give me a fight, give me a training camp. You never know. I'm a delusional optimist. How did I feel winning my title fight? I presume she means the most recent. Felt good. I felt buzzing. I'd said I was going to finish it before the 5 rounds was up. I was going to finish. I was going for the knockout. I had pictured many a times holding my belt above my head for, like, after winning. Like, I pictured that in my head for months before. Knew it was going to happen. Believed it was going to happen. Trained hard for it to happen, and just they're the sort of things I live for. Just confirmations that the law of attraction is 100% real and works and true, and in life, like, it's nice to know, isn't it? So I felt good. Do you feel nervous going into the ring? No. Like, there'll be so many boxers out there watching this. They'll be like, oh, you fucking, of course he feels nervous. I don't. Like, it's probably because of the street fights we used to get in. I used to be fucking petrified of being on the floor, being booted in the head, being stamped on, everything like that. Knees, elbows. When I'm in a ring, there's gloves to protect me. There's a ref to protect me. If I get knocked out, that's it. Like, I'll get back up. Like, I don't know. I don't feel nervous because I'm not really scared. It's more, the only times I felt nervous if I go into a fight not feeling myself. And the one fight I can think of about that was fighting Matt Bradbury in Worthing the first time. He beat me on points, but I remember going into that feeling like I hadn't done enough in training because of one time turning down some sparring. Yeah, that's 100% honest. So yeah, I felt nervous going into that because I'd never felt like I wasn't going to win before getting in the ring. Normally, there's just no chance. In my head, I'm winning, and I fully believe that, and I do. And yeah, funny enough, I didn't win, but it was a very close fight. It was fucking war. He's an animal. We were going at it. I've never been so knackered while fighting. But yeah, respect. I'm talking about that though. Talking about being nervous. The more fights I have, obviously, the more boxing fights, the less and less nervous I get, because obviously I know what I've got to do in training. I know what I can do to help me with the mental side of it, with the law of attraction, everything like that. So yeah, like my last title fight, I'd gone in to, I remember standing in the ring, like, I don't like, I'm in a ring about to fight and I feel like nothing. I feel like I'm in the shops about to buy a piece of cheese. I don't know, like, bad example, but I felt nothing. I felt no adrenaline yet. I felt just ready to go, and there was no nerves at all. It was more like just watching. Don't know. But basically, yeah, I was relaxed. I was looking forward to it. I knew what I had to do, what I was going to do. And in my head, I couldn't really lose, to be honest. So, and that's how I go into most fights. You either win or you learn. You're on a journey, innit? Does it make you feel deflated losing after training so hard? Yes, obviously. It's depressing. Losing after putting in all that hard work, all that dieting you don't want to do, sacrificing all them times, or times you saw, all that. Obviously, if you don't get a win, it's gutting. And especially if I don't give it everything I've got in every round to win that fight. On one of my fights that I lost, I was boxing the first round, and I know obviously by the end in the third round, I knew if I had just a little bit longer, he was gassed. I knew I could have him. I knew I could punch him. I could just punch him into the floor. Technique out the window, boxing out the window. I could have won that fight if I had knackered him out a little bit more. I feel like the first round I should have just gone at it, just given him hell from the beginning, because it was only a 3-round fight. And 3 rounds is not like you should be going at it the whole time type thing. And I remember being after the first round just not even out of breath, just feeling like, wow, that was like a round of sparring. But yeah, so obviously it hurts more if I don't give everything in every second of the fight. Who's been my hardest opponent? Obviously that fight was just all about Aaron. He was probably the hardest guy. He's an MMA fighter. He's had a lot of fights. Been in the fight game obviously 10 years, maybe more, whatever. So he's a hardened guy, and he's a big boy. Punch hard. Nearly knocked me out in the second round, which won in the fight. Which gave me the standing 8 count at the end of the second round. But so he's probably the hardest opponent type thing. Like, I don't know. But thinking about it, I'd say Bradbury. He's a tough boy, and he keeps coming, and my fitness done him in our fights and my movement. But yeah, he's a good fighter, good raw fighter. He's got that heart. Who do I want to fight next? Don't care. Yeah, I don't care. Anyone. Yeah. Yeah. How long do you train before a fight? I don't really like the first 2 years I was boxing. I didn't really have any time off. It was fight camp after fight camp after. I just always I liked training hard like that. So I was always training like that, and I was always ready for a fight. So if something came up and that, it was good. It was just whether I got injured or not before one, because I'd mullered my shoulder a couple of times. I've got an injury here, which Jordan asked you about just about in a second. But yeah, I think most people do 2 months or 3 months as a fight camp. But yeah, I wouldn't know, as I've not been in the boxing that many years. It's just, I kind of stayed ready for the first 2 years. And then I got injured. Like she says, what happened to my shoulder? I was being an idiot, wrecked out my head at Gay Pride in Brighton. Tried doing a side flip off a podium, landed on the head / side, mullered myself with a big old bruise, big old lump in the morning. Woke up, couldn't move my arm to shower, I couldn't put t-shirts on, like I was in agony. Obviously I was on pills from the doctors for a week, blah blah blah. Like I knew something was wrong, but didn't know what. And then months down the line, obviously once the swelling had gone down, because I didn't realise, because it's such a big area, I realised this lump here, you might be able to see, it'd be good if you could, but yeah, I've got a lump here, and basically my first ribs dislocated from my sternum. So that's what it was, and I had that going into my national title fight. But it causes me grief. If I train, it flares up. I've got ligament damage because of it sticking out, rubbing on them. It puts my neck out, gives me twinge. I get trapped nerves in this side of my back. It just makes me feel horrible if I train it, or like if I aggravate it type of thing. So I'm waiting for surgery basically, which is prolonged because of all this COVID stuff. So yeah, pretty much I haven't trained properly in boxing for the last year since my title fight. Not just because of my shoulder, because of stuff in my private life like mental health, things like that I was learning to deal with and just acknowledging and all that sort of stuff. And it just weren't doing what it needed to. It was kind of making me worse instead of before the training would make me better. So it was just a learning curve. I had to work it out, and yeah. I mean, since then, what is this year? I don't even know. But we move. How many hours a week do I train? Depends if I'm in fight camp. The little devils in my mind don't let me have a day off. I try to have 1 or 2 days off, but I normally end up doing something on those days. But I'd say normally about 2/3 hours a day, at least 5 days a week. Normally 6, sometimes 7. The top supporters, definitely. Alright, storage ran out. Luckily, Bosh got the old piece of tissue that side so we could see that it had stopped. Well, I could see the little red light had stopped. So yeah, my biggest supporters are definitely my sisters and my best mates. They're always allowed us in the crowd. I wouldn't fight if they weren't there. I don't care about anyone else in the crowd. I also want to entertain everyone. Like, I want everyone to enjoy it and like get their money's worth. But I basically do it for my friends and family, obviously. Like, that's all I hear in the crowd. Apart from, obviously, I hear Sean. I hear every word Sean says in the corner. But yeah, biggest supporters, definitely them. What else? We need to be quick on this because I've got a call with my counsellor therapist lady. Fran, if you're watching this, you're an angel and I'm very grateful that you came into my life. When do I want to get back in the ring? As soon as possible. I love fighting. Fighting is just, I love it. I love the adrenaline. I love being that pure in that moment. No, there's no bullshit, no lying. Like you're there. Like, and I like pushing myself and seeing if trying to stop someone that's trying to stop me, etc. I don't know. Yeah, I'd love to get in the ring as soon as possible. Injury depending, training depending, waiting for the gym to come open, stuff like that. So yeah, we'll see. Would I do another charity fight? Why not? Like, I don't think I can. My ability is a bit high now for people that have 8 weeks training, and not sure that's how it works. But yeah, obviously I'd do a charity fight. Why not? Who's giving me the hardest punch? Will Lester. not in my fights. Will. It's freakish power. It's a different type of power. It's a fucking, I don't know, stunner. It stuns you. His ego will go through the roof hearing this, but fuck it. Yeah, it's obviously other people are probably stronger and blah blah blah, but don't know, something about his punches, they get you. Well, yeah, hope you enjoyed that. Haven't munched. Was talking the whole time, so I hope you enjoyed listening. Obviously, interact with me, answer my questions, leave a like, subscribe, turn that little bell on, comment below. Any ideas? I plan to do a video of eggs related. I'll be with my sister probably if she's free. Stay tuned for that. Love you all. Thank you for watching my stuff, and yeah, I appreciate you. Peace and love. Bye. Thought I'd just come on quick. Callum sent me a message on Facebook asking what fights am I looking forward, like coming up, that I'm looking forward to. I don't know many. Obviously, I love watching Tyson Fury fight. He's fucking magician. And Conor Ben, just recently got onto watching his stuff because he's joined YouTube and I'm always on YouTube. He's, yeah, unreal. He fights with passion. He's just a real guy that just, he wears his heart on the sleeve, which I love. I can't wait to see him smashing people up. He goes out there to destroy people. He's called the Destroyer, I think. I'm pretty sure. But yeah, I think he's fighting this month, if it goes ahead, obviously. Check his fights. He's sick. Yeah, sorry. I had to add that. I didn't want to forget someone's questions. Hope I haven't forgot anyone else's questions. Oh, I did actually. Agate. Sorry, Agate has messaged me saying, when I get hit, can I see straight? Or is there like a blind spot created from where your eye has been biffed? Not sure what biffed means, but I presume hit. No. No. Obviously, when you get stunned, everything goes a bit hazy, or like, I don't know. But I don't know how to describe it, but I can still see. My focus is still 100% on you. Yeah, so yeah. Doesn't go blank. Obviously, if you get black eye closes, you're not going to be able to see out the eye, but no. I don't, yeah, I can always see 100% of the time. Is the adrenaline the whole time because of the fight or flight survival mode type thing? Like I said, until I get that first punch, until someone lands a good punch, or just any punch really, as soon as I felt that first one, it's game on. I'm in the zone, just fighting. It's not how it used to be. Like I said, when I used to fight in the streets, or when I used to be petrified of fighting in general. The whole body's tense. You feel knackered after 20 seconds of going at it because you're fighting so much with fear and you're so tense. But nowadays, I'm so relaxed. I'm confident in my ability to move out of the way. Like I said, follow me on social medias. Safe. Love you all. Bye.